Aloha, I'm Kyle Galdeira with Hawai'i Sports Radio Network, and I'm honored today to introduce our special guest, Derek Stevens, the CEO of Circa Resort and Casino and Circa Sports. Mahalo, Derek, for joining us.
Aloha, aloha. Great to talk to you. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, and it's that time of year. We're getting ready for football season, and the best part about that is that we're also getting ready for the Circa Million contest, as well as the Survivor contest that's coming up. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about the contest, not only the excitement of making the picks, but some of the great prizes that folks can win as well?
Sure. We started the Circa Millions 4 years ago. So we started it with a guarantee of $1.5 million, and we grew it to 3 million and to 4 million. And this year we're going to pay out $6 million in the Circa Millions. The way it works is it's a $1,000 entry fee. You pick 5 games against a point spread every week, all 18 weeks of the NFL. So it's 90 selections over the course of the season. What's really great about it is you just have to sign up in Vegas, but you could play from anywhere. So the way it works is when you sign up, there are proxies in our sports book here in downtown Las Vegas. And you sign up with a proxy. So the proxy puts your picks in for you. So if you're visiting Vegas, you can put your own picks in. But if you're back home on the islands, your proxy puts the picks in for you. So you could play from anywhere, which makes this contest pretty special. It's all legal. And yeah, the contest has really grown throughout the last few years. So for us, we're very excited because this will be the biggest guarantee we've ever had. Out of that 6 million, the first place winner is guaranteed $1 million. Out of that 6 million, there's $1.2 million that gets split up amongst the 4 quarters. So in what we consider to be week 1, or quarter 1 is weeks 1 through 4. So it's 20 selections. So we're guaranteeing $1.2 million on just the quarterly prizes. So there's a lot of prizes throughout the whole season. So it gets you a lot of action for that $1,000 entry.
Yeah, definitely. And tell us a little bit more about the proxy service, just because I know a lot of our listeners are thinking, okay, I'm going to go to Vegas, I'm going to get my entry in and win $1 million. But how does that process work as far as, just having peace of mind that somebody here can get their picks in and, like you said, do it above board and legally?
Yeah. So right now we're just a few weeks away from the beginning of the season. So there are a handful of proxies that live in Las Vegas. And right now we're close enough to the beginning of the season that they're basically doing office hours inside of our sports book. So if you walk up to the ticket writer stations inside the Circa sports book, you just say that, hey, I want to get in one of the contests, but I don't live in Nevada. Or you can just say, I do live in Nevada, but I want a proxy. Do you have someone that can help me? There will be a handful of proxies that'll come out and be able to guide everyone through how you sign up and everything else like that. I've recommended to everyone that even if you live in Vegas, you ought to have a proxy, because sometimes you just can't get your picks in, because sometimes life just happens and you might have a flat tire, you might have your phone go dead or something. So it's all legal. And yeah, if you just go to the sports book, the proxies could put the picks in for you. And the reason why it's legal is because you're not actually making a legal wager. So it's not as if someone could place a bet for you, but they can put your picks in for you in a football contest. So that's the nuance on why proxies are legal for football contests here in Las Vegas.
Awesome. And we're catching up with Derek Stevens, the CEO of Circa Resort and Casino and Circa Sports. And Derek, I know in addition to the awesome prize money, there's also the coveted Circa Sports blue jacket up for grabs. Tell us a little bit about that and what is it kind of like the Masters where you get to sport your jacket walking around the sports book?
Yeah, we give a little something extra to the winner where, the green jacket for the winner of the Masters, or somebody that wins the World Series of Poker gets a bracelet. So if you happen to be the champion of the Circa Millions, you get a specially made jacket that says Circa Sports Million Champion with the year on it. And you can kind of walk around Vegas or walk around your hometown sporting that. And you get a lot of street cred.
Okay. And Kool-Aid and I were talking, before this interview about just how this contest is great because it's awesome for professional bettors and then somebody maybe on the amateur level too. What would you say to our listeners, to somebody that maybe a little hesitant about, oh, I don't want to jump in the ring with some of the heavy hitters, just as far as the accessibility and opportunities of that this contest provides?
Yeah, what I would say for people that have never played in a football contest or really have never ever bet legally before, I recommend getting a couple friends and splitting an entry and go into the Circus Sports Millions, and then you'll figure out where, like, I might have five selections, and my friend might have five, and maybe my wife has five, and we're splitting it up, and then you end up coming up with what your five picks are, and it's a lot of fun. It creates a lot of camaraderie, and it gets you involved in watching some games. And when you think about the cost per week, it's just a little bit more than $50 a week, and you get a whole lot of fun for the whole season. Plus, you've got some incredible opportunities to win some prizes. I think one of the key things is that there's no one, a professional or anyone else, that has a system that always wins. It's just a different system every year, and who gets hot, who doesn't. I think there's as good a chance of someone who's never participated before on cashing as there is someone who's been a professional bettor on, particularly on some of the quarterly prizes.
Okay. And I know, football season's right around the corner. We have college games starting this Saturday already. What is the deadline, just so folks can circle that calendar and really focus on getting their entries in time?
Yeah, so the deadline to get your picks in is the morning of the Saturday before NFL. So I believe that to be the morning of September 10th. But by the time we get to September 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, the lines get pretty long. So I would just plan on, if you're going to come in and participate, it'd be worthwhile to set up a reservation with a Proxy. The sports book will be open 24 hours a day to be able to get people's entries in, but we usually get a pretty big surge as we get closer to the deadline. So I recommend looking online, try to find a Proxy, and you can always write us at Circa Las Vegas, and we'll be able to help people out.
Okay. And last thing before we let you go, we really appreciate your time. But my brother-in-law just got back from a Vegas trip, and he said that the Circa experience was one of the best he's ever had, from the amenities to the rooms to the sports betting opportunities as well. What can our listeners look forward to the next time they check you out in Vegas?
Well, the one thing worth noting is Circa is located right in the heart of downtown Las Vegas. It's right on Fremont Street. Surrounding, we are in the middle of the Golden Gate and the Golden Nugget on one side. We've got the California Hotel to the north. We've got Binion's and the Plaza on the other side. So we're right in the middle of downtown Las Vegas, and we're the newest place in Vegas. So yeah, the rooms are nice. They're large. Some of our special amenities: the world's largest sports book is inside of Circa. We've got the rooftop lounge called the Legacy Club. It's got the greatest views in Vegas. And then something special, we've got Stadium Swim, which is our huge outdoor pool, sports watching, aqua theater, 143-foot screen with some music. It's a heck of a place to come hang out and just have a great day when you're out in Vegas.
Wow, that sounds great. Maybe Kool-Aid and I can join you at Stadium Swim one day.
You have a wide open opportunity. Maybe we do a show from Stadium Swim from one of the cabanas one time. How's that sound?
Well, that sounds amazing.
All right, we're going to set a date on that. That sounds good.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you, Derek Stevens, the CEO of Circa Resort and Casino and Circa Sports, for joining us today. Take care, and I hope you have a fun football season coming up.
All right, thank you. And I'll tell you, if you have any listeners that come by in the next few weeks, I'm usually hanging at one of the bars at night. If they say they were watching on your show, just tell them to come up. I'd love to buy them a drink and get to meet everybody.
Wow, awesome. Thank you again, Derek. Take care.
Thank you.
Aloha.